Only on 5, a Medford man is using his own story of addiction and recovery to help others find a way out of that lifestyle.
Tonight, in part 3 of Overcoming Addiction, a series you'll only see here on NBC5, a Medford man tells us what's keeping him sober more than 20 years after his relapse.
I'm a firm believer, Devin, whatever God delivers you from, He gives you a voice for. And one of the tenets of the program is, in order to keep it, you got to give it away.
Doug Gould felt like an outsider from a young age.
So I started drinking, and I noticed that when I was drinking, I had a little bit better personality. I was able to fit in. I was accepted by my peers.
When he was just 13, Doug found that drinking made him feel good, gave him a sense of belonging, and allowed him to be included.
And by the time I hit 9th grade, I was a full-blown alcoholic.
At that young age, Doug realized he was headed down a dark path and had to turn his life around.
And for 21 years, I never battled with it, never went to one meeting, never sought out recovery, because I just focused on putting my spiritual house in order.
But it didn't last. Years later, he found himself back in the thick of his addiction.
Unfortunately, I went through a divorce, and at the same time, the death of my parents. And I had this crazy idea that it's been 21 years. I can have one drink.
That one drink started a series of events that led to a DUI, being kicked out of a family home on Christmas, and his heart stopping at a Medford hospital.
I heard triage 1, and I remember Devin looking up the lights kind of like this in the office here. And I said, "How did I get here, God?" And I said, sorry. I said, "Don't take my light away, give me one more chance."
Doug got his chance, and now he's pulled himself out of his addiction with the help of a 12-step program and other recovery programs. Now he works to help others as an addictions recovery counselor at The Rock in Medford. Looking back on his addiction, he says he would never want to take another drink, but it's not just his faith that's gotten him to this point.
Started going to my first meetings, started learning about my addiction, my disease, started working the 12 steps. Going to every meeting, you know, all that desire of wanting to help someone else came back.
For Doug, it takes equal give and take to be able to continue down his path to recovery. And now he's using what he's learned in his own faith and 12-step programs to help others.
And I got to tell you, it's so rewarding. You know, have we lost several people? Yeah. That's what this disease does. This is what addiction does. But I will tell you, it's so rewarding to see when someone gets it.
He says he wants to make sure others never have to feel like an outsider to their own lives again.
And it's so cool to see, because the program works, recovery works, but you got to work it.
If you're struggling with addiction, know there is help available, but it's up to you to take that step.
Tomorrow on part 4 of this Overcoming Addiction series, we sit down with the Rogue Valley family to learn about their struggle with addiction and how it's affected their children.